Hey guys, this is Mike from D&Co Entertainment based out of Houston, and I want to show you what I'm working on. So here I've got a rolling DJ booth, and I've got a center rack cage here. Got some 6U rack rails, but it's actually holding 4U worth of gear, just because attaching the rails to the profiles you do lose a little bit on the top and bottom. So this is the frame that's going to support the entire booth. It's going to have a couple of shelves. So one main shelf on top that my controller is going to go on. Underneath it, all of the rack gear. Underneath the rack gear will be another shelf. That way I can have things behind the rack gear like a power strip and some other stuff that I'll have secured down. That way I don't have to have it up on the top shelf and cluttering things up. I want the top shelf to be nothing but the controller and just looking as clean as possible. And then a couple of shelves on the bottom, which I'm going to use for storage. Here it is with most of the shelves. Still missing the shelf that goes in the center. I should be picking that up from the sign shop that's making these and cutting them down for me. Hopefully later today, and then I'll have the final piece in there. The boards on the bottom have a couple of inches clearance on the sides, on the inside, and on the outside. That way, if I do need to drop some cables down, I can do that. Like I said, still waiting for the center shelf. It's going to have cutouts to take into account these rack rails that are here. So when it is time to install it, I'll have to put it in from the back side and it'll just slide forward. This is the top shelf where the controller is going to sit. I did make this board about 4 inches shallow. That way I can have cables drop down. I wanted to keep it open enough so that if I ever need to reach my arm down and adjust anything that's going to be plugged into a power strip down here, that I could reach down and reach it very easily. And now with the side and front panels on. Just enough space on the bottom for what I designed this for, which is to be able to hold my laptop bag, a collapsed speaker stand, and my eVerse 8 laying on its side. So one thing you might notice is that if we come inside and look all the way to the back, that it's just a blank PVC sheet for the back panel. And you might be wondering, why no TV? Honestly, I just do not want to have to deal with TVs and video. I don't even want to have to deal with monograms. So I wanted to do some type of effect since I wasn't going to have a TV in here. And then I heard of a couple of other people that were doing something similar, putting mirrored acrylic in theirs for panels. And I thought that is a fantastic idea. I love that idea. I'm going to try it, but I still wanted it to kind of match the black on the booth and not stand out too much. So I got a darker gray mirrored acrylic. You might not be able to really tell in this video, but in person it is quite a bit darker. It's not a completely just clear reflective surface like a regular mirrored surface would be, but it is really dark and matches the black profiles really well. Again, you just can't really tell in the video. You have to see it in person. But I'm in love. I think it's awesome. I love the mirror effect. I love that as people approach the booth, they're going to see themselves, and as the dance floor lighting is going on, it's going to reflect everything that's happening, and I think it's just going to look awesome. And here it is, all buttoned up and ready for tomorrow's wedding. Got a controller and a small MIDI controller velcroed down so they don't move during transport. A swivel laptop arm. Antennas are mounted to the frame. This one for wireless DMX folds down and is below the lid, so I don't ever have to take it off. But I do have to pop off the microphone antennas when it's time to put the lid on, which is no big deal. If you watched my video on the last booth that I had, it's the same stuff. Got a huge power conditioner, 2U rack drawer for all my stuff, a couple of microphone receivers, and a digital mixer. Cup holder, headphone holder of course, all the essentials in the drawer, tool to tighten everything with in case any screws come loose. All of the cords that are traveling around the inside of the booth to different places, you know, like from the output of the controller down to the mixer, left and right outputs that are fed down here and down there. I've got them secured to the frame. A little dark in there so you can't see it, but I have them secured to different frames all throughout the inside of the booth. So running lots of cables all on the inside, but I made it a point not to affix any cables or anything other than these antenna clips to the top frames, because if I need to take the side panels off, these pop off, and then that's how I pull out the paneling. The cables that I have attached highest up are things that I need to be able to just quickly reach. And here it is all closed up. I'm having a cover made that is just the exact size of the box minus the wheels. That's going to slip right over the top. Large panel that covers up the back, covers up the rack gear, covers up the bottom storage, and the controller that I'm going to have velcroed to the top. Everything's just going to live in here. Nothing's going to come out except for the laptop and iPad when I'm done with each gig. Yeah, and that's it. One more look around the mirrors. Yep, it's pretty slick. I like it.